Welcome to the second part of my story. This one will tell of the worst parts, the actual horrors of what happened. Here we are at her house. Before I left, I couldn't stand the filth. Earlier, she had applied for a slumber party's license as a distributor, which meant sex toys. Which, of course, meant sex. Lots and lots of it. Yeah, it was interesting to see her leave. I would take the children and get out, or she would go to other people's places, and she'd be gone. Some people say, oh, you were living together. She didn't really abandon you. Well, she was gone. She was gone 4 days at a time. No one knew where she was, who she was with. There was no communication whatsoever as to what the children were doing, how they were sleeping, and if they were eating. I fed them. I took care of them. She did abandon us for sex. I'm only showing the female parties, but let me tell you, there are many disgusting male pictures that I have. And the monster, he just got worse and worse into his depravity. Our poor little dog, Olivia, I had made plans to have her taken away. The monster is already plying his trade, doing his filthy, he's sick. He is a true psychopath. He loves blood. These drawings were found after he molested my little girl, and I finally caught him. On the last occasion, he had a butcher knife, the one he used to decapitate animals with. And later, in the psychosexual evaluations, he admitted he dreamt of death. He loves death. He writes about it. He dreams of it 3 times a week. When he decapitates live animals, he thinks it's so cool. But everything is about killing. Not just killing with a knife. We found a butcher knife, a huge one. I had no idea this was there, hidden in his room after he was taken away to the mental hospital. He had child-size cardboard cutouts that he kept stabbing. Meanwhile, that little dog, Olivia, I just couldn't bear it. I stopped in at the house and took these pictures the one time. And, I mean, look at this poor little baby animal. Look at all the feces, the dog shit all over the place, in and out of the house. I made plans to have Olivia taken away secretly. Anyway, before all that, the monster did his thing. He masturbated every day in an open bathroom with children walking around, with everyone walking around. These pictures my little girl drew after, when I finally took her to safety. They never addressed these issues, but he did have oral genital contact with her. In addition to the other things he did to her, he inserted items into her private areas. These are not allegations. This is something I saw. I heard my little girl crying. I heard her begging for mercy. I saw the monster. I saw the demon's eyes. And it's not just him, it was the whole family. This is her sister. Look down at her legs. See that can of beer? See where she's sleeping outside? Horrible. This poor little dog. The monster used to take her and throw her across the room and off couches. There's the picture of my wife's sister when she was beat up by her pimp. And these are some of the items that you'll see. I am going to be putting complaints and hopefully lawsuits, because the confidentiality of that agreement tells me it's not confidential. And look what it says there. I molested my little sister with a wooden skewer, the dull end and magnetics. He penetrated her vagina with one, and he put the magnetics, cold piece of iron into her into her rectum, and it it is beyond belief that the people in court, the guardian ad litem, told me that I say these things because it happened 3 or 4 years ago, that I am regurgitating these things, and I fight them like a cow regurgitating its cud. He said that to the judge, and that's why they took my children away on April 7th. But again, this is just some of the filth this woman, my wife, kept. There was dog feces all over the inside of the house as well. If I wouldn't have fed this dog, if I wouldn't have cleaned up that yard, she would have died easily. I'm so glad I was able to save poor little Olivia the dog. Part 3 coming up soon. I'm sorry this is so graphic.